Hello, this is Cara, and today I'm going to revisit a series that I did a few years ago now, and it's actually one of the most viewed video series that I have on my channel. So I thought, I guess it's time to do it again. I'm going to try and kill a paper pad, if not two. One of them I'll do on camera and the other I'll probably just do and then do a flip through at the end. But this is the one I put on my Facebook page. I said, which one would you like to see the projects with? And this one with the sunflowers won by a lot. And then I also do have this one, like I said, I might just use this one off camera and make the projects. But in the original series, and I'll have it linked below in my description, I made, I think it was 6 single signature journals. And this time I'm going to not just limit it to, let me back up. And I also used like covers, and I did everything from this pad. This time around I'm going to make journals and or folios or different things using this kit, but I'm not going to just limit it to the papers in this pad. I'm going to use coffee dyed paper. I might use some of my sunflower digitals if they coordinate, but I'm going to make different projects and see if I can use this entire paper pad. All right, so I'm going to kind of go get organized and be right back. All right, one of the things I think I'm going to do is, there's 2 of each page. I think I'm going to fussy cut all these flowers out and then also keep the words separate. So I'm going to do that, but I'll do that off camera. I was thinking that I can make these journals and hopefully have them in my Etsy shop, and then people can use them if they're going to do the 30 days of thankfulness for the month of November. So that's one thing I'm going to do. And then I have these craft file folders, and right now I have 4 pulled, so I can make 4 journals, and then I'm also wanting to make some folios. So I'm going to go fussy cut and I'll be back again. All right, so I have cut all of the journaling card pages. There's quite a few cards, and then I fussy cut the flowers on those 2 pages, and here's all my flowers. So those are ready to go for embellishing and what have you. So I'll set those aside, and then I thought I'd show you how I kind of took apart the paper pad and what I'm thinking. So I have 4 pages that I'm going to use for covers. I thought this would be a really cute cover. And then I have one of these. And then I'm going to use both pages for this because I think that's just beautiful for a cover. And for my cover, I'm going to use these craft file folders. So I think that will look really cool, and I might bring out some fabric from my stash, so we will see. All right, so those are the covers, and then the other thing I did is I separated pages that I wanted to go inside the signatures of the journal, and they're going to be one single signature journals. I think that will make a really good grateful journal, a great size. So these 3 pages are going to go in one journal. And then I did that again for the other. Let those look really nice together. And then another journal is going to have these 3 pages. And then I repeated that again. So not too much cardstock to kind of bulk up the pages. I'm also going to include coffee dyed pages and all that stuff, which I haven't pulled out of my stash yet. I've just kind of been working on the paper pad. All right, and then another stack. These are pages that probably I'm going to use either as embellishments or in my folio, my 1 or 2 folios that I want to make. And then there's this page that I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do with it. I don't know if I'm going to use some of the elements. I don't know if I'm going to make tags. I haven't figured that page out. And here's the other page So yeah, I don't know about that one either. And then there's this one. I think this would look great on the folio, maybe as part of the cover or something. So there's that stack. This is kind of the, we'll see what happens. And then these pages are all of kind of the background pages. So there's wood grain and different pages. And I think these are all going to be different pieces of ephemera or layering in the folio. But yeah, there's quite a few of these guys. But these can make great tags and embellishments, journaling cards. Yeah. And then I also have my cover that I will use somehow. All right, so that's where I'm at now. I think I want to get set up so that I can start making my covers. All right, I am going to cut my folders to 5.75 and 8.5, and then I'm going to cut down my paper, and I might have a little bit of, we'll see, I might have like a little bit of a gap around. And then the other thing I was thinking, well, yeah, I'll show you. So I pulled out some different ribbons, and I think these are going to be my closures. And I think once I have my papers cut down, these are going to go underneath this so that this can then tie. I think it'll make more sense once it's cut down. But yeah, these are the 3 different styles that I picked out. All right, so let's get some things cut. And I'm gonna kind of bend the file folder, because what makes this really easy if you're doing a 1 signature or a 2 with a file folder is that you can really kind of use the groove of the folder. So I'm gonna bend it so it's kind of with one scored line. So I'm kind of moving it down so the rest are here. And then it should, or wait, maybe I should do it like this. Yeah, I should actually do 2 and 2. This is not wanting to bend. Yeah, that's better. So there's 2 and, well, there's actually 2 here and 1 here. But I think that'll work, because then my signature will sit right in there. All right, let's get these trimmed up. So 5 3/4, and I have a new cutting blade, so hopefully this will work like butter. Oh, very nice. And then 8.5, like that. Now I could do a pocket as well, so let me show you. If I want to do a pocket, I'm going to also fold these, kind of like I did for my Dollar Tree journal. I made a pocket. Kind of trying to find out where that is. There we go. And then we can score the rest. Make it easier to fold. And I can mark this wide. Alright, so let's do this one. Going off the edge of my desk so it can kind of fold over, and then like that. That seems really big, doesn't it? Yeah, that doesn't seem like I measured that. Let's just use this and fold it over. Measuring in me sometimes, I tell you. Let's see if this is about the same. It's a little bigger, but I think it'll be okay. And then we want it at 8.5. There we go. So then this one has a pocket. I think I'm going to trim this little flap off because it will be a little more difficult to cover. There we go. That's good. All right, so I have cut down all of the file folders and the mat or the covers. And again, I left a little bit on the edge, and here I'm gonna tuck in the ribbon. And then I was thinking I could add some fabric to the covers, so I went through my scraps and I pulled out some stuff that would kind of coordinate. I'm not sure how I'm gonna layer it up on the cover, but I picked that out for that one. And then for this one, to match these leaves and to kind of go with the wood grain, I thought those would work. And then I liked this for this one. And I might need a second one for this one. And then for this one, I cut it a little too short. So I'm gonna actually put the fabric underneath this one. And I think this fabric goes really well as well. All right. I'm also gonna do some stitching. And again, I'll do that off camera. But I want to stitch around this to make this a pocket and give it some extra, you know, dimension and fun. I might do like a zigzag stitch down here. And then once this is stitched, then I'm also going to want to stitch around this part so that they're stitching. All right, so far I've stitched around the outside of the file folder, and then I decided that I'd use one of the smaller patterns to make the mat for the inside cover. So I measured it, and it's 10 3/4 by 7 3/4. And then I'm probably just so this lays flat, I'm probably gonna cut here and take a little bit off. So I'm gonna just do that really quick. So let's see. I think I'm gonna go with 5 1/4 and then decide. Here's 5 1/4. I think that's good. And then let's see. I'm going to take a little bit off, yeah, like 1/4 inch off this one. There, yeah, that will fold a lot better. All right, and then I can glue this down with my glue, my reptile glue. So I'm going to glue this on, and then I'm just going to tack it on, because I think, well, let's do a little more in the middle. I think I'm going to go around the edge of this with a straight stitch. And that will give it that finished feel. Yep. And then this, like that. So I did trim a little bit more off the top and the side. I don't know, like 1/4 inch. Again, because I wanted the stitching to show. And I still need to stitch around the outside of this, and I'm going to do that before I glue it on here. And then I'm also going to stitch around here. And then, which one was it? Okay, so then I was thinking maybe instead of that stripe, maybe for this one I want some of this darker fabric. Let's trim this down a little bit. So maybe something like that. And then you could still tuck a little tag in there, or we could put something like a little label or something that says grateful or thankful. That would be cute. Okay, so I kind of like that size. And I'm going to go and sew and sew, and I'll be right back again. Okay, did the stitching around, and I did stitching around this one, and then I did this one not attached to here so that it has stitching, but then this can still be a pocket. Because if I did stitching here, it would have cut off the width of the pocket. So I'm just going to glue this on. It's fun. So again, we could put something here or make it a pocket. Cute. I still like it. It's gonna be this one. And I'm gonna tuck this in here and even it out so they're same length. And do I want to stitch it down or do I want to glue it? I think I'm going to go in and give it a little stitch. All right, I'll be back again. Here is the cover. So there's my little pocket. And before I did the stitching, I did glue it down and I stitched across, and there's the inside. I really like how that looks. And there's the back. So far, I'm loving it. So guess what I get to do now? I'm gonna go do the same thing for my other 3 journal covers. All right, so I'm working on the cover that has the pocket. And for this one, I stitched all the way around. And then before I attached this mat, I measured, so it doesn't have to go all the way over. So this is a scrap from the other one. And this is gonna also be 7 3/4 tall. But I need to glue this down 7 3/4 before I do the other stitching. It'll just make it easier. So then this can go here and see how it gets covered. So that'll be good. So I'm just gonna glue this down and then I can go back and stitch here and here. There we go. And I'm gonna glue that. There we go. And then for this mat, I was thinking of using this coordinating paper. And this can go here. A little short, a little too short this way, but I think I'll be okay. I'll trim just a smidgen. Okay, stick this on. There we go. All right, so now I need to go back and stitch this, and then I'm also going to do a stitch down here and down there. And then I can add my cover on. Okay, so I have my 4 covers made. This last one, I forgot to stitch it before I glued it on. I think it looks okay though. I might add something later to kind of, you know, but I think it looks okay even without the stitching. There's the inside. And here's this one. And the inside of that one. And here's this one. So this one I decided to kind of layer up some of the paper, and it's on the back. And there's the inside. And here's this one. I added a little bit of fabric, and the inside of that one. So they're pretty similar. There's a little bit of difference between them, but yeah. All right, so I'm excited about those. And then next time, I think we'll figure out some signatures. I have some paper pulled, and then we need to start working on some pages. Either do some tuck spots and embellishments or something, but I'll show you the pages and then we can get started. All right, off to a good start. All right, see you next time. Bye-bye.